Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. So let's take a look at what frequency is currently activating, and it's going to be three cards. The first one is the details, the second one is what can we release, and the third one is advice. So let's take a look at the frequency. And we have the 10 of Wands, and right away what I got is humanity is organizing itself. So there's a lot going on in the world stages, and even individually there's, let's say, we reached some degree of dissatisfaction that is unbelievable, and a lot of people really want things to change on a more global and holistic type of level. So the card represents that this is a worldwide call. It's humanity at large that is now rising and organizing itself. And what I speak about here is energetic, and it's the first line of activation, of course, before anything else happens in the physical. And it's gathering forces and seeing each other. That is standing out to me. So gathering forces on every level and seeing each other as now the way we talk about dissatisfaction is more widespread, and it's more relatable than it was maybe 5 or 10 years ago. So there really is a preparation for something that's on a collective scale, and I'm hearing timeline shift and a great shakeup. And now what can we release? And it's the Five of Pentacles, and in the Five of Pentacles is what I'm hearing, it's like following the herd. So there's only so much you can accomplish by doing that, and people that actually have not engaged into thinking about why they choose to live the way they do will be in for a rude awakening at some point, because the system we're being kind of sold and put into is actually not to benefit the individual, and it's not to benefit humanity. It's to benefit those who take advantage of having been in positions where they can do whatever they want, and especially harvest energy. So this is bound to be a way of living that will be outdated sooner than later, because following the herd at this point in time is only holding up the structures so they don't fully collapse, which is kind of necessary sometimes. It's, you can't have everything shake up all at once, but it won't be the dominant way of being. And if you've been into the school system and such, you've been relatively programmed to function a certain way, behave a certain way, have a certain type and level of expectations, and all of those, at some point it's good to realize that it's not natural to your being. And think back, what I'm seeing is think back many centuries ago when people would go into trade or occupation that would be running in their family or matching their skills. So they would not have to put on a mask like when you go into the office and pretend you have this polished facade, to interact with people who don't care about you and situations you don't exactly care about either. Centuries ago would have been a more natural way of functioning and earning a living. I'm not saying it was the best times ever back then. I'm just comparing with a situation that is now considered the norm. And when you step back for a second, why the heck is that the norm, to fake your entire personality for over 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week? That's on purpose decentering you and making you generate negative energy that is then, used by systems most of the population can't even dare looking at. Because I think we all comprehend it to some extent, because it does not feel good. A lot of those things really don't feel good, and that's the signal. we all kind of have at one point or another, depending on the context we're in, you know. And now, what is the advice? And we have the Hierophant. Sorry. And what I'm getting is it's time to revise how you truly want to live your life. And it's representing a contract. So it's kind of like a soul contract. If you look at how you really want life to feel, what you would prefer to accomplish and feel like, and when I say accomplish, I don't necessarily mean academic or work-related accomplishments. It could be, being fit to the level you would prefer, learning things that are of interest to you that feel super like nourishing on different levels, and participating in activities where you meet like-minded people instead of being stuck in circumstances with people you can't relate with and only do it for a paycheck. And at the end of the day, what is that? You know, it's a pretty grim and lifeless existence, if you ask me. So it's just asking us to take into consideration entering into a deeper contract with your soul. So it's time to revise what type of energy you want to function from. And I'm getting, if you're not familiar with what a soul contract is, in this case it's your own soul, so it's your own activation. And the best way to do that is you probably, before you go to sleep, ask more details about it, and in the following days it should clarify itself. And I hope that was interesting and it resonated.